Alright, well, while you figure that out, I will tell everyone that we're live this week.
You got Toot Sweet anyway.
I got Toot Sweet anyway.
Halloween Wars. Guy isn't even on right now.
It is the season for Halloween. For all the Hallows Eve of Weens.
I'm going live. That's why.
Is it saying that I am going live?
Yeah, I went live, apparently.
Apparently, this is the thing that we're doing. Going live.
Going live.
Boom. No, that's not what I want. I want to tell everyone that we're live by telling us that we're live. Alright. Share with the world.
Share with share.
Sharing is caring.
The Coke Zero can that I said that I had at my break today from the vending machine said share with a superstar. It did not specify which superstar, just with a superstar. And I don't know whether that means I should go to Carl Jr.
Was it a regular superstar or a superstar with cheese?
Probably a superstar with cheese. I don't know why you would just get a regular superstar. That's like getting a Whopper without cheese. It's like, what are you doing? Like, what is that? It's not a burger.
Well, no. I mean, technically it is, because adding a cheese would make it a cheeseburger.
Not any burger that I want.
Well, it doesn't have to be a burger that you want. It's just that it defines itself as a burger.
Well.
Or unless you want a hamburger.
Or durger.
Durger.
Which is a hot dog.
Durga. Alright. Durga.
We're ready when we're ready.
Well, yeah, we're ready, but are we ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
I think you're ready for this podcast, though.
Did you check out Audacity?
Yes.
We're getting levels. Isn't that crazy? Ain't that crazy?
And we're getting actual sound out of it.
Yeah, because it's the Media Boat Podcast.
That's where sound comes from.
That's where yes, we are the source of all sound.
Sound is generated via podcast these days.
That's 2019 for you. It all comes from podcasts.
Technically, it comes from Wix-sponsored podcasts.
Oh, well, we're not one of those.
No,
moving on. Hello, it's the Media Boat Podcast. Today is Wednesday, October 16th. We are live again for you. We solved some of our technical issues from last week. Thank you, Mac Catalina.
Yes, we were able to take the boat to Catalina, figure its shit out, and then bring back the buffalo.
Yeah, so...
Wait, Catalina has buffalo, right? Or rabbits?
Buffalo? I don't know. I've never been to Catalina. Fun fact about me.
Well, guess what you're doing for your birthday, then?
Not going to Catalina. Hello! Hi! Yes, it's the Media Boat Podcast. If you do not know what the Media Boat Podcast is, let me educate you. We are a podcast about television, movies, video games, and music. Not necessarily in that order, but some order of those subjects. This is episode 190? 90?
90? 90?
Maybe
91?
89? Maybe 90?
No, we'd be somewhere in the...
Yeah, something like that. Maybe we are in 90.
We gotta be, because we're gonna be like 97.
Oh, Jesus.
95?
Yeah, we should be close because
we're gonna hit 200
is in November.
Yeah,
so...
we're gonna hit 200, so...
we're on episode 190 something.
95, I want to say. 95, 90...
One of those.
See, there's 5 weeks in here. So, yeah, 95 I think we're at.
Well,
195.
Regardless, we are almost to a milestone here at the Media Boat Podcast with our 200th episode. We're not sure what we're going to do special for that one, but we'll let you know when we get closer to it. For now, we'll do a regular episode of the show here for you.
It's okay. You can curse. We have explicits on.
Oh, no. That had nothing to do with cursing. I was just processing.
Oh.
But yeah, we'll have a regular edition of the show for you here today. And as most regular episodes do, we'll begin with movies. And we always begin the movie segment with the weekend box office numbers.
Well, thank you, Matt, for that introduction.
Yes. You're welcome.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I forgot to say who we were.
Yes, thank you, Matt. But, we have been doing this for 195 episodes.
Hey, I've never had
You should know. Or, not you should know, but you should know.
But, hey, like the rule says, every episode's potentially somebody's first. So
it's always someone's first time.
Always somebody's first time. And you always remember your first time.
Yes, one of the lucky 10,000.
Yeah. Anyway. We always start movies with the box office numbers, and today's box office may sound familiar because it's the same number one movie For, wow, now the third week?
That would be the third week.
Yeah, your number one movie is still Joker. Joker still ruling the box office. Oh, is this only the second week of Joker?
The second week.
Okay, sorry.
Because we talked about Joker last week.
Well, Joker is still number one, $55 million, adding to its domestic total of $93.5. The Addams Family, your animated movie, comes in at $30 million debut. Not quite high enough to earn that top stock.
No, but it does earn the top stock of the
family movie,
animated film, currently out in the box office. So expect those.
Yeah.
Those ads to be running.
But underperforming this week, I guess Will Smith just can't pull him in like he used to. Gemini Man with a measly $20 million.
That's Gemini Man for the amount of box office it had.
Yeah. Ha. Funny. But yeah, compared to that budget, that did not do well. So yeah, sad day to be Will Smith.
So neither Will Smith nor Will Smith could pull in.
Both of your stars of that film.
Yes.
Number 4, Abominable, hanging in there, $6 million, $47 million domestic total so far. And rounding out to your top 5, because old people are still going to see movies. Downton Abbey, the movie, $4.8 million, adding to a pretty substantial $82 million.
That is pretty good for a TV show-based film.
On a PBS show, nonetheless.
Well, if you're treating it like a normal episode, there's only one place to watch.
That's true.
Said episode.
You gotta go there to see what happens.
You gotta go to the movie theater.
And then if you're wondering what your other debut last week, Jexy.
Oh, yes.
Remember Jexy?
Yes, the Adam Devine Help My Phone Siri is stalking me / making my life a living hell.
Yep, well,
for some reason.
Debuted all the way down at number 8 with only $3 million.
Oh.
So not great. Not great for Jexy.
No. You could say it got ejected out of the box office.
But maybe these two. I was so dedicated to my segue that I didn't want to give you the joke, but that's fine. You did a good job.
Wow, what was your segue?
I was going to segue saying, like, hey, what about these two? How these two movies will do next week? Because we have 2 new releases.
Oh, 2 new releases. What do we have?
What
am I watching?
2 very different audiences here. I don't know which one you're watching, but these are your new releases.
There we go.
First up, Maleficent: Mistress of Evil.
I don't know who this is for, but
sequel to Maleficent. Angelina Jolie returns.
Yes, I think Idris Elba is also in here.
Is in this.
I think.
But yeah, that's your Disney movie. I don't know. It seems to be like something for somebody.
It's a Disney sequel that I think was forced to be made via contracts.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, we have to do the sequel, otherwise we lose Angelina Jolie.
But if you don't want to see that, well, and you'd rather see some zombies die, well, I got good news for you. Zombieland 2: Double Tap, also in theaters this week.
Yes, this is a sequel to Zombieland. Single Tap.
Will you be seeing this?
Well,
seeing as your weekend plans may prohibit you from seeing movies, will you be seeing this possibly next week?
Possibly seeing this. For the sole reason that out of every zombie film out there, this is one that I actually enjoy. Or at least Zombieland is one that I actually enjoy.
I loved Zombieland when it came out, way back in the year of our Lord 2009.
Oh, yes.
But
it's been a decade since then.
That movie does not hold up. I hate to tell our viewers / listeners this, but there's some issues with that movie. So I'm really, really curious about how a sequel will approach the world of those characters.
Well, they've had 10 years to get it right.
Yeah.
And in that time, they also had some hardware added to that cast.
Yeah.
And some rather unfortunate sequels bait to that cast as well.
Okay. Are you going to inform us about that?
Which ones?
All of the above?
Okay.
What do you mean by that is what I'm saying.
Emma Stone won an Oscar since then.
Won an Oscar since then.
Woody Harrelson won an Oscar since then.
Oh, that's true. Huh.
Yes. Abigail Breslin nominated since then.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg nominated since then.
Not winner, yeah.
Not winner yet, but nominated since then. But they've also all been a part of sequels. Yeah. Woody Harrelson, The Hunger Games.
Right.
Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor.
Oh, yeah. It's the Superman stuff.
Yeah, he was also did the Now You See Me, Now You Don't sequels.
Oh, right. Now You See Me Too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emma Stone did Aloha.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Hey, she still did. Still counts. But yeah, she's also the favorite in there as well. And then Abigail Breslin.
Yeah, she's in stuff.
She's been doing TV stuff and stuff.
But yeah, it'll be interesting just to return to the world of that movie. And yeah, I'm curious to see how that goes over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I expect this one to be your number one film next week.
I sure would hope that this dethrones Joker. But who knows at this point?
Well, yeah,
right?
Joker made like $40 million this week.
55, so it'll
do about anything over about 20.
So as long as it does better than 25, we're
good. About 25.
So, yeah, I'd say you're probably right. Zombieland's probably your number one movie.
It's a Halloween. It's zombies. Halloween. It has a good cast. It has some name recognition.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, let's move on out of the box office and into movie news. Unless you saw any movies. No.
No,
me neither.
No new movies.
No films to report. So instead, let's talk about movie news, and we start our movie news section today with a story about voting for the Academy Awards.
And a bit of an ironic voting for the Academy Awards.
So yeah, typically how voting for the Academy worked in the past has been they shipped out things called screeners, which were literal physical copies of movies, most recently on DVDs, to the voting populace. Basically, you get the screener in the mail, pop it into your machine, you return it when you're done, etc., etc. The Academy of Motion Arts, Picture Arts and Sciences plans for Oscar voters now, though, because it's 2019, is to stream the films rather than send out physical copies. I was wondering when this would happen. I mean, technology did catch up.
Technology has finally caught up.
Yeah. So yeah, the president, David Rubin of the Academy, affirmed that the Academy will make online screeners available for most eligible films in time for the 2020 award season, with DVDs provided on an as-needed basis, just in case, on a film-for-film basis. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Now, this isn't so much like, hey, we're just going to put everything onto one site, but rather more of a financial decision, as most things are.
Yeah. You have here down that the studios have opted in to stream their films at $12,500 a film. Sounds like a pretty penny, but really, that saves them from screeners, because screeners were $35 per unit. Cost over $1 million per title to issue those things. So this is saving them a lot of money.
Yeah.
Voters can already stream documentaries, animated films, and short films on the Academy's viewing site. This just pretty much simplifies that by putting everything in a streaming form.
Right. Before, in order to do those, they would usually run in cinemas in either LA or New York, like 2 weekends in a row, just those like shorts or documentaries, so people could go and see them.
Right.
But hey, if you want to watch it in the comfort of your jet as you're flying over and have 3 hours to kill, why not pop in?
Why not?
Why not use that plain Wi-Fi to stream?
Just click on it.
Yes.
It'll work. The 90-second Oscars, 90-second, that's a lot of Oscars.
Yes.
Will be live on ABC on February 9th, 2020, so get ready for award season.
Yes. Now, I did know that this was fairly ironic, as Academy voters will now be able to stream. That's right, stream.
Yeah.
These films.
I see where you're going.
But will they be able to stream the Netflix ones into their voting?
Yeah, I mean,
or the Amazons into their voting.
Obviously, their support of this streaming method means that their beef is not with streaming. The beef is the fact that they're aligned with traditional theater chains. The Academy is, and the traditional theater chains want to make sure that the Academy is in their best interests. That's what it is. The voting populace is the old squad still, who still want to keep these relationships the same relationships they are. So it's the companies, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon that are their problem, not the actual technology of streaming. That's not the issue. It's literally a battle of egos. Because it always is.
It always is.
Yeah.
I mean, Hollywood was basically built on a battle of egos. That's literally what Hollywood was built on. They wanted to get away from the industry in New York at the time.
Yeah.
So they went literally to the opposite coast.
Yeah, let's get away as far as possible. And it worked. Speaking of getting away as far as possible, our hero from the Wonder Woman movies may be reprising her role as Wonder Woman in the upcoming sequel to that film, but she's also doing very, very dramatic pictures, getting as far away as from that image as possible.
That was a very, very dramatic intro there.
That segue as much as I could. So, Gal Gadot.
Gadot.
I think.
I think it's good. I think it is Gadot.
I think it's Gadot.
Well, she's Israeli, so I think it's pronounced Gadot.
I think it's Gadot. Of course, yes, we are talking about Wonder Woman herself. She will be starring in Wonder Woman 1984, but also she will be producing and starring in a much more serious film, Irina Sendler, based on the Polish heroine who saved thousands of Jewish children during the Holocaust. The film has been set up with Warner Brothers through Gal's own production company, Pilot Wave, with producing partner and husband Jason Varsano. Justine Jewel Gilmer, who was, I guess, in a film called Harry Haft.
Wrote
a film called Harry Haft,
yes.
Sorry. Will be writing the screenplay based on Sendler's work in the Polish underground in the Warsaw Ghetto during World War II. Sendler worked with dozens of others to smuggle out children, provide them with false identification, and place them with families, but she was arrested by the Gestapo in 1943 and tortured, but never revealed any information about the people she helped.
You smell that?
That smells like Oscar?
That smells like an Oscar right there.
So that sounds like a really good vehicle for her. It kind of puts her into, like I said, more dramatic space than superhero work would really do, and may kind of pivot her career.
It also pivots her away from the comedy bits where she's had bit roles as the femme fatale
or action roles
roles
like in the Fast and Furious movies.
Yes.
Yeah, she's been all over the place.
Yeah.
But this will be interesting to see if she can... I mean, I have no doubt that she can pull off a dramatic role. I'm just saying it'll be interesting to see if she does get award season buzz for this.
Well, you have the Holocaust in there, and you have a strong female hero as your protag.
Seems interesting.
That is, like, asking to be Oscar baited.
I don't like how that sentence was constructed. Okay,
I realized that after I said that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's basically written for the voting academy.
Right, so we'll see. All right, that's it for movie news, which means we now get to move on to television, and we always start television with sports.
All right, that's right. We go right into sports here.
Sports Corner begins here with baseball as the MLB playoffs continue.
Mm-hmm.
The championship series of both the Nationals versus Cardinals and the Yankees versus Astros are in progress.
Partially in progress.
Yeah, we have a little minor delay.
We have a minor delay as the Yankees and Astros are currently in a weather delay. That game was supposed to be played today. Instead, we played tomorrow. So that series has not been decided.
Yes.
However, the other series, the Cardinals versus the Washington Nationals, has been decided. In a 4-game sweep, the Washington Nationals, making their first ever playoff appearance, have made it to the World Series.
Yeah.
Actually, a slight correction on that. They have made it to the playoffs before, but they've never gotten out of the first round.
Yeah.
So this is the first time they've gotten past the wild card or the ALCS.
So congratulations.
Or DS division.
Because, this will be their first World Series as the Nationals.
Yes.
Of course, there was a World Series with the Expos back in the 80s, which is technically the same franchise, but not really. It's complicated.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's
yeah, that is quite a interesting fact there.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is. It's quite an exposition. It's quite an expose.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, congratulations to them. But yeah, who's your money on with the Astros and Yankees?
Whoever comes out of that is going to win the World Series.
Yeah.
I don't think the Nationals are that good of a team to win the World Series.
Okay, then.
But they do have Stephen Strasburg.
Okay.
Although he cannot pitch like 5 games in a row.
Okay, then does Houston take it? You think?
Maybe. I think Houston takes it.
Okay.
I think we're looking at another Houston Astros World Series win.
That would be interesting. I would be interested to see it. All right.
Well, yes, because you're create a character from 3 years ago, Once Upon a Time.
Once played for the Astros.
Once played for the Astros.
Anyway, let's move on, though, because there's other sports happening.
Yeah, there were.
But in a more broad sense, because marathons are sports, in a way. You have to be an athlete to run fast.
Yes, we're talking about distance running.
Yes,
Distance running.
Well, the longest distance. Well, not the longest distance you can run. Well, but a very long distance you can run. Had a record beaten this week as a man named Eliud Kipchoge.
Yes, I knew you were going to butcher this.
Okay.
It's Eliud Kipchoge.
Kipchoge.
Eliud.
All right, Eliud. Ran a marathon in 1 hour and 59 minutes. That is a sub 2 hour marathon.
Yes. About 50, 60 some odd years ago, there was a theoretical mathematician out there who said, is it possible for the human body to run sub 2 hours on a marathon? Like, what's the fastest anyone could ever run in a marathon, given all the proper conditions? And he theorized that it would be about 1:58.
Yeah.
An hour and 58 to run a marathon in. That's going at a 4.5 minute per mile pace. Roughly.
Uh-huh.
Well, Eliud Kipchoge
basically almost did it.
Basically did it, but there's huge asterisks on this thing, as this will not stand on any type of official records.
Okay.
Because there's huge asterisks on this thing.
Okay.
First one being that this was not an official marathon. This was an event put on specifically for him to break the 2 hour barrier.
Okay.
Second, he used special shoes.
Ooh, special shoes.
Yes, which were 5% lighter than the standard running shoes used in the Olympics.
Okay.
And 3, he used pacers. Not just car pacers and not just bike pacers.
What about the basketball team?
Not the Indiana Pacers.
Okay.
But actual jogging pacers who would swap in and out in front of him to form a V, an inverted V, in order to break the headwind as he was running.
Okay. Interesting. However, all that being said, he still quite an athletic feat.
Ran the marathon in sub 2 hours.
He did the thing.
That is, yes. You still have to be incredibly fit in order to do this.
Oh, hell yeah.
He won Olympic gold on this thing.
Yeah.
He is literally the best marathoner in our current day. And this event was specifically put on for him to specifically do the thing.
Yeah.
And he did the thing.
He did the thing.
He did the thing. He did the 2 hour thing.
Medieval
sub 2 hour
says
thing.
He did the thing.
He did the running.
But yeah, so congratulations to Eliud.
Yes. While it is an official, the whole event was put on basically to say that the human body has no limits, and clearly he broke the limit of the human body.
So there you go. Humans doing crazy stuff every year.
Yes. This does, however, in official marathons, he actually has gotten close before. His current best time is 2 hours and 15 seconds.
Okay.
So he is just running on his own within that span of hitting it.
Basically there. He just needs a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good to know. All right, cool. Good for Eliud. Moving on, any other sports you want to talk about? Hockey, full swing, basketball, full swing, and football are all still happening.
Oh, we could talk about basketball. We could talk about LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron.
We're not going to.
No. But,
no.
just know that there's a whole thing.
There's a whole thing with LeBron, if you want to look it up, if you're not already in the know about it.
Yeah.
People are burning jerseys and calling him the next Colin Kaepernick. Well, no, not the next Colin Kaepernick.
Right, no, because it's kind of the opposite.
It's kind of the opposite of that.
Should be clear here.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway.
In terms of what we were saying here, but yeah. That's a whole thing going on right now as the NBA slowly leaves China to go back to the U.S. to play games.
Yeah.
But fantasy football is alive and well. We are 7 weeks. This is week 7. Next week will be week 8. We'll be halfway through the season. Technically, we're halfway through the fantasy season. So.
Yep. So look forward to it.
Look forward to it.
All right. That's it for sports. Anything else? It's for sports. I'm calling it now. Let's move on because it's time to talk about television news.
Oh, hey, we have television news.
We do. Television news. First up. This is kind of television news because it involves television, the television branch of Marvel. So let's talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about television branch of Marvel.
Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, the Feige master himself.
Yes.
No one calls him that. I just made that up.
I know you did.
Is shifting roles to Marvel Chief Creative Officer. What that means to you at home.
What does that mean to me at home?
Is that all of the company's key creative executives across film and TV will now report directly to him.
You mean they weren't before?
No, they weren't. Feige's oversight and extend to the overall creative direction of Marvel's storytelling and content. Oh, wait a minute. Oversight will extend.
Yeah, will extend.
To the overall creative direction of Marvel storytelling and content creation platforms. As part of this, Marvel TV and Marvel Family Entertainment will move under Feige's Marvel Studios banner. They were originally separate.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Buckley will continue as president of Marvel Entertainment, and Ike Perlmutter will remain as its chairman.
Yeah, basically this is the promotion Kevin Feige always dreamed of. And then didn't dream of until someone said, hey, this could be a thing. And it's like, oh, well, now I have a new dream.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the guy who was running the Marvel Cinematic Universe will now be running the whole thing. The whole thing.
Enchilada.
This makes sense as Marvel's... Not only did he earn it, but Marvel's MCU will be doing some more TV stuff with the upcoming Phase 3.
He said that, yeah.
This also means that he'll be in charge of the... Or at least he'll get executive credit on the animated series as well. All those running on Disney XD. But this could mean that we could have a very cohesive storytelling between television series and movies.
It certainly makes it easier for these things to cross over a little bit more now.
Right.
Sure.
Do note that this also means the stuff over at Freeform, Cloak and Dagger, for instance.
Will now also be the same group.
Yes.
Alright, cool. That's good news for all you Marvel fans. I also have good news for all those animation fans out there for our second story.
Well, we talked about Marvel animation.
Well, no. Beyond Marvel, there's other kinds of cartoons out there, including some from your childhood that are being brought back to life.
All right, tell me about Dexter's Laboratory.
No, sorry, it's Animaniacs. That hasn't happened yet. Animaniacs, we know already, is coming back to Hulu, courtesy of the people who brought you the original. But now we have confirmation that the people who voiced the original Animaniacs cartoons will also be returning to reprise their roles.
Mm-hmm.
Official word has been said. Rob Paulson, Tress MacNeille, and Jess Harnell will be teaming up again to bring life to the voices of Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. Not in that order, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Maurice LaMarche will also be returning to voice fan favorite Brain, as in Pinky and the Brain.
Yes.
And other miscellaneous characters.
Well, Rob Paulson voices Pinky, so that's why.
So that checks out.
Yep.
Not since the end of Futurama have they all been part of the same series. That's fun.
Yeah, they've all had bit parts on The Simpsons, obviously. They all had bit parts on Bob's Burger, obviously. But as a main cast since Futurama ended about 3 years ago now. Yeah,
I think this is smart. I think that to do them with replacement voices, do this show without the original voices just would have seemed wrong. They just wouldn't have had the same feeling. Like, I mean, they could have done something like they did with the DuckTales reboot, where they got voices that were able to do a different take on the classic characters. But in this case, I think that the personalities of the Warner Brothers and his sister are so specific that you have to have the original voices.
I think that, one, yes. Two, because they are still around, and they're going to be
still
around.
Working.
They're still working. Yeah, it makes sense for them to come back. But three, this means Hulu's putting some significant money behind this.
So the question remains, and this will be key, is the quality of two more things. So you know the voice acting, check. But there were two other things that made Animaniacs work back in the 90s. One, it was the animation budget. Will Hulu be able to pay enough money to make this show look good? Because it's a very different style than a lot of the streaming cartoons we're used to. I mean, BoJack Horseman may look nice, but it does not move like Animaniacs. It's a different kind of show.
Animaniacs
fluid.
Is a fast-moving show.
It needs to be fluid like Warner Brothers cartoons. And if they can't do it like a Warner Brothers cartoon, then you can't do Animaniacs. Second thing is the music. This thing a lot of people forget is that it was just, not only did it look like a Warner Brothers Looney Tunes cartoon, it was scored like one too. Constant orchestrated music throughout all the episodes of Animaniacs.
Not just constant orchestra, but constant musical numbers strewn throughout.
If they can't get an orchestra to do original scores here, it'll feel weird. It'll be really interesting to see what this thing is when they bring it back. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Because when it does come back, I will have Hulu Plus because of Disney Plus.
Right. You'll have the whole thing.
The whole package.
Nice package. Speaking of big packages.
Yeah?
You watched a television show.
Oh, yes. I did watch a television show.
You have thoughts about a television show
that
maybe sometimes talks about packages.
Yes. Packages comes in both big and small packages.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Tell me about the streaming... Speaking also of streaming animated shows, tell me about the streaming animated show that you watched this week.
So Big Mouth Season 3 is out currently, and I decided to, turn on my Netflix machine and see what was on. I was like,
Netflix machine,
The Netflix machine said, hey, Big Mouth is on. I was like, perfect!
Put it on.
Put it on. Let's watch it.
Make it happen.
Okay. I am starting to feel uncomfortable watching this thing because it's starting to verge, as we did note at the end, as we noted during season 2, that it started to verge into very uncomfortable territory of animation, seeing as they are technically underage kids.
They're animated depictions of kids in
middle schoolers,
middle school years.
Yes, going through puberty.
Right.
So, some episodes this season include Kissing Your Cousin. There is an incest musical number. There's a Florida musical number.
Okay.
The incest takes place in Florida.
I was going to say, those are probably the same episode.
It is definitely the same episode. Right. There is an episode about the women's clothing. About them being either too revealing and literally dressing up these teenagers in cartoon teenage girls in very skimpy outfits. They go full blown into watching a simulation, a fantasized simulation of one of these teenage girls getting her first orgasm.
Okay.
Like full on exploring the cave, like mounting and stuff. Which, to be fair, they did this in season 2 as well, but not in quite as graphical terms.
Not as much of a visual interpretation.
Not much of a visual,
Okay.
Not audio visual, both of them.
This experience.
Yes. But it definitely pushed the boundaries, and I think that's one thing I liked about the show is that it continues to push what can they get away with on animation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm starting to get that uncomfortable feeling like, these are teenagers.
Yeah, they sure are.
And they're going through these things. So much so, to one point, there is a photo shoot about a dick pic.
Uh-huh.
And then said dick pics end up on the family cloud. And so now all the parents get in on why do you have all this child pornography? I was sending a dick pic. You don't need to send a dick pic. You're 14. But because it's the animation, they literally showed kids' penises everywhere.
I bet. Anyway.
There's also musical numbers thrown throughout it.
Of course, it's still Big Mouth.
It's still Big Mouth.
So, I guess, so yeah, I mean, this seems like it's just the same show. They're just trying to cover as many of these subjects as they can.
Yeah.
I just...
Like, I get it. These are, like, uncomfortable topics that people should be talking about. But at the same time, do we need the animation to go with it to be so graphic with it?
Yeah. Good question.
I think that there's a reason it's on Netflix, clearly.
Because it can't go anywhere else.
It can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
But it's...
But overall, would you say that would you recommend this to people who already watched the first 2 seasons and enjoyed it?
Oh, yeah. No, like I said, I enjoyed it. I just starting to feel that uncomfortableness watching it.
Yeah, so beware if you don't already know that about the show, that's what the show is.
Yes. Or, like, if your parents want to watch it with you, maybe don't watch it with them. Yeah, because it's, can definitely turn some heads and some ears. But it's still Big Mouth.
Yeah, it's still there.
I think...
Got another whole season after this, right?
2?
2 more after this?
Did he?
Netflix ordered a lot, it seems. So.
I know, but I don't know if they ordered 2 including this one.
I don't know.
Or if it's 2 additional ones.
Off the top of my head, I cannot tell you, but I know there's at least one more.
I know there's at least one more, because it definitely ended on a cliffhanger.
So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but it's funny to say that, because like I said with South Park the previous week, it's South Park, you know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting.
At this point, it's Big Mouth. You kind of know what you're getting here.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just waiting until the 25th when we get more BoJack, because...
Well, you get half your BoJack.
Yeah, I get one half BoJack's.
Yes.
All right. That's it. Unless you watched anything else on the television you can think of. I did not. Riverdale premiered, but I did not watch the opening episode, as it was kind of like it's a tribute episode to the late what's his name?
Oh, the one who died?
Yeah. Why can't I think of his name?
Yes. Not Sprouse, the other one.
The dude.
The Jughead guy.
Dad.
The dad.
He was on...
Carl Urban.
No, he was on, like, teen shows in the 90s.
Okay.
God, why can't I think of his name?
You'll think of him.
It was a tribute episode kind of thing, and so I haven't watched it because I'm waiting until this week so I can just get the plot ball rolling.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'll maybe talk about that next week. But yeah, I didn't watch anything else.
All right. I did watch SNL this week with David Harbour.
Yeah.
After 3 weeks, this being its 3rd week, I think, like this week, they finally got the ball rolling on actually good skits.
Maybe finally.
With David Harbour. Maybe finally. It's weird because I wouldn't expect it with David Harbour.
But here again.
But hey, here it is. It's actually decent this week.
Okay. Good to know for people who want to give it another try.
Other than that, no. Yeah.
Alright, then let's move on then to cancellations and renewals.
Alright, what am I no longer watching?
Well, actually, we just have one show this week, and it's a renewal, not a cancellation. ABC is bringing back Holy Moly, that stunt...
the Steph Curry
mini golf show, for a 2nd season. So get ready for more Holy Moly.
That thing is cheap to make and brought in millions of viewers.
Yep, so there you go. Then we have 2 deaths this week. Jay Frank, age 47, music producer and founder of Digsin. I'm not sure what that is.
Digison or Digson?
Digsin or Digsin.
It's a music label. Didn't really follow up on what type of music that was, but it said music producer and founder.
And then Sam Bobrick, age 87, TV writer, wrote for shows such as Saved by the Bell and Gomer Pyle USMC. So
those are some good shows right there.
some classics. So yeah, there you go. That's it for deaths. We now move into music, and I hand this over to you.
All right, we start music
Music.
The Billboard. And we start the Billboard with the Hot 100.
What is hot this week
I'll tell you what's hot this week.
in singles land?
It is the hottest in the room. Wait, not the hottest.
The hottest.
No, we have a new number one this week.
New number one. Sorry, Lizzo.
Yes. As Travis
Scott
as the number one single this week with Highest in the Room.
Highest in the Room.
I believe I have to yell that.
All caps.
As it is all caps. So I believe we have to yell that.
Yes.
Number 2 is Lizzo with Truth Hurts.
Yep.
Number 3, Senorita with Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello.
Yep.
Number 4, 10,000 Hours.
It's a long time.
Which is by Dan and Shay, but mainly because of Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
Because he's featuring Justin Bieber.
But hey.
Yeah, much like it was featuring Drake for that
Right.
songs, it's just featuring Justin Bieber.
Yes.
And number 5, Someone You Loved by Louis Capaldi.
I still don't know what that is.
You still don't know what that is.
All right, Billboard 200, your albums chart.
Your Billboard 200 chart, your albums chart.
Yep.
A new number 1 this week.
Yes.
Super M, the first mini album
Yes.
by Super M.
I don't know what Super M is. I'm going to take a wild guess here and say K-pop.
It is K-pop indeed.
Hey, got it right.
Hey. That makes it the second K-pop album to debut at number 1 this year.
Yeah, following the BTS record that was number 1 earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, also, happy birthday, Jimin.
Who?
It was Jimin's birthday last week.
Who?
He's a member of BTS.
How do you know this?
Kind of running joke between me and a friend.
Okay, well, keep it running. Anyways, number 2 was Over It by Summer Walker. Number 3, I don't know what that is. Summer Walker.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. Number 3, Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone.
Yep, still in there.
Number 4 is Kirk by DaBaby.
DaBaby.
And hanging around at number 5, Lover by Taylor Swift.
Yes, she is probably still hanging in there thanks to the strength of pre-sale tour tickets, which go on sale on tomorrow.
They go on sale to the general public tomorrow.
Yes.
However, if you were a fan, you had the option to get them on Monday.
Well, fancy fans.
And I can tell you already, they were sold out by the time I got there.
I believe that 7 a.m. is the opening time tomorrow for the ticket sales for the general public. They'll probably already be sold out, so I don't even need to tell you.
Do note that after I couldn't get any more $50 tickets, I looked into the open prices that they had available on Ticketmaster.com.
$1,000.
$1,000 for 200 and low. Uppers were at starting at $250.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
not happening.
No, thank you. I was hoping to score some $50 cheapos, but no, it couldn't
start
get
calling
in
it
there.
a radio station, trying to win some tickets. Then that's all I can tell you because you probably can't buy them. So sorry, Loverfest West is just outside of our grasp.
Yes, Loverfest West and Loverfest East is just outside of our area code.
Yes, so that'd be like a bunch of money on plane ticket and then also the tickets and no.
And then also, yeah.
So no.
But
sorry, Taylor.
Also, do note that this is a festival and there are no
Taylor Swift and Friends is how the radio ads reference it.
Right, because there is no current lineup for it other than
who the
Taylor
Friends
Swift
are.
is performing.
Yeah.
Full stop.
We don't know who the friends are.
That's all they know.
Who are Taylor Swift's friends? Who can say?
Well, technically she has a lot of ex-lovers.
She has a long list.
Oh, yes, a long list of those Starbucks lovers.
Yes, the Starbucks lovers.
Anyway, speaking of... well, before we get to music...
Along with her donut speeches.
Yes. Well, we have new releases. Also trying to get that festival bump. We have new releases for new music.
Okay. What am I listening to this week?
I don't know what you're listening to this week. But here are the new releases.
All right.
We have Juice B. Crypts by Battles.
One more time.
Juice Be Crypts.
Juice Be Crypt. Okay.
By Battles.
All right.
We have Paying by Caroline Polachek.
Mm-hmm.
We have There Existed an Addiction to Blood by Clipping.
All right.
I have no idea what's going on here, but we also have Crush by Floating Point, not to be confused with Crush, Crush, Crush by Paramore.
Very different.
We also have Everything Not Saved Will Be Lost, Part 2 by Foals. It's weird they have to do a Part 2 because wouldn't everything be lost initially in Part 1?
Who are they saved?
Well, I guess they're may delete it again.
That's the second question.
We also have Woptober 2 by Gucci Mane.
When I typed that, I was like, can we say this? I'm not sure.
I can say it. It's
Okay.
not
I don't know
blurred
what that
out.
means.
Woptober?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. It seems like a slur.
No. It's October, but wopped.
Yes, but what does that mean?
Like Fetty Wap?
That's W-A-P, isn't it?
Well, yes, but because October starts with an O,
I don't feel comfortable saying this over and over again if we don't know what it is. So let's move on, please.
All right. We also have Surviving by Jimmy Eat World. Yes?
Yeah.
That Jimmy Eat World.
Yes.
We also have War Music by Refused. War music.
Yeah, war music.
What is it good for?
Absolutely not.
Goddamn straight. We also have Celestial by Rob Halford. Halford. Screamer by Third Eye Blind. Yes, that Third Eye Blind. And You Deserve Love.
I do. You're right.
But it's coming from White Reaper.
I don't know if I want one from them. Okay. All right. Thank you for those new releases.
Yep. You checking any of these out?
No.
No?
No.
Not even Jimmy Eat World?
No.
Not even Gucci Mane?
No.
But what if Gucci Mane becomes the #1 album next week?
It might, but I still won't listen to it.
Oh, you're no longer on.
I'm not doing that. I haven't been doing that for weeks.
I thought you stopped doing that because of the same albums.
I stopped doing that because I just gave up. I was like, I can't do this every week.
Alright. Well, if you don't want to continue listening to albums, what if the albums all come to you?
I would love that.
In one secluded place, away from everything.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Kind of like a festival, but not Taylor Swift's festival.
Okay, what kind?
Because a festival in the desert. A Coachella desert festival.
But what if it was country music?
Oh, then it would be a Countrychella festival.
I think it's probably just better to call it Stagecoach.
Because there's a stage and it's Coachella?
Yeah, right.
Stagecoachella.
Stagecoach.
Stagecoachella.
Just Stagecoach.
Just Stagecoach?
Drop the cello.
Drop the cello?
Yeah, drop the cello.
Ella.
Drop the cello. No, okay. Tell me about Stagecoach.
Stagecoach!
You are a person who goes to Stagecoach almost every year.
Yes, it is a almost habitual weekend I go now.
So tell me,
this will be
if you're excited for Stagecoach 2020.
Well, let's get into Stagecoach 2020.
Yeah.
As, one, we already have tickets.
Well,
Two, we already have our place.
Right.
But three, we finally have our lineup.
So, yes, we have a lineup for Stagecoach 2020, and I think you called one of these.
I probably
way back
did.
earlier this year when we were talking about Eric Church.
I think
you called this.
I think we're talking about Thomas Rhett too, but
no, that didn't pan out. However,
no, it did.
Eric Church did as a headliner. I mean, specifically.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Thomas Rhett is the headliner.
Oh, that's right.
Thomas and the Retts.
Yes.
Because yes. So let's get right into this. California's Stagecoach Music Festival has named Carrie Underwood, Eric Church, and Thomas Rhett as the 3 nightly headliners for its 2020 festival.
Before we continue, do you think those are 3 good choices?
Yes, but I do want to note that they put Carrie Underwood first, even though she's not doing night 1.
No.
That is Thomas Rhett doing night 1, then Carrie Underwood night 2, and followed by Eric Church, Night 3.
I think if you're writing an article, though, you lead with Carrie because she is easily the most famous of those three.
Well...
She's the biggest star.
In terms of name recognition outside of country,
yes,
she is.
She is.
But in terms of name recognition within country, Eric Church is the bigger name.
Yeah, but...
Well, technically, the other people in this list are the bigger names.
That's the weird part about this. Let's go into the other people who are supporting here.
Well, who was supporting this festival?
Yeah.
Why? None other than the chart topper himself, Panini-written song, Lil Nas X.
Yeah, he's there.
Will be there. Well, he was there last year, technically, as well. When he did a impromptu setup with Diplo.
Yeah.
The Sunday night as a post.
But this time he is here proper.
Yes, this time he is there as an actual build set. We have Lil Nas X, Dan and Shay.
Both of them.
Yes, both of them. You know, as they are currently in the number 4 slot for music with Justin Bieber. Mm-hmm. We have Morgan Wallen, John Party, because it's a party. It's John Party.
Yeah, I love to have John Party.
And Midland, who, as I noted before, also put out an album earlier this year. In fact, John Party put out an album earlier this year.
Right.
Dan and Shay put out an album earlier this year.
Lil Nas X technically put out an
album earlier this year. But yeah, they are among the next generation breakouts filling out the vast bill. I like to note that calling it a next generation breakout is kind of a moniker.
They just mean that the people who your average person probably hasn't heard of, besides maybe Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Like if I asked somebody who maybe only has a tangential relationship to country music who John Party was, they would not know.
Right. They probably think it's spelled P-A-R-T-Y.
Yeah, John Party. Oh, John's having a party. Got it.
Yep.
Be there. Bring ice.
Yeah.
But no, this is John Party, the man.
Right.
But yeah, there's even smaller names on that list, though.
Yes. Both Underwood and Church headlined Stagecoach 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. And Thomas Rhett was there 3 years ago, but as an opener instead. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, in 2016 is the third time a headliner for both of them, which I went to. In fact, that was the first time I went to a Stagecoach concert, 2016. Which, was it 2016? I think it was one before that, 2015.
Maybe it was 2015? I don't know.
No, it would have been 2016, because the 14 to 15 I wouldn't have gone. So it'd be, I think 2016 was the first year I went.
Okay.
But yeah, I lost where I am here. Yes. Yeah, Thomas Rhett last performed opening up for Kenny Chesney, who also put out an album last year?
Yeah,
this year?
Not this year.
Yeah, last year. The last time a female artist headline was in 2016 when Shania Twain was one of the top 3.
Right.
Technically, Trisha Yearwood was also there.
And she didn't headline.
Well, she was written as a headliner, but it was really for her husband instead.
Yeah.
Because she just goes wherever he goes. The 2020 bill, is also filled out with some stronger up-and-coming young women of country, including Ingrid Andressa, Tennille Towns, Kaylee Hammock, Whitney Rose, Jay Jackson, and Haley Witters. I would like to note that you are missing 3 prominent names on this list.
It wasn't my fault. This was copied and pasted.
Oh,
yes, it is notable that country legend and superstar Alan Jackson is here, but is not a headliner.
Technically, he is the headliner, but they always put them on the side stage as the headliner.
I just think that's funny. That his name is there underneath Eric Church's name, which I can't imagine.
Yes.
What some diehard, old country fans probably think of that.
Well, to be fair, last year they had Leonard Skinner on
Right.
the side stage to close.
About that.
Yes. So they always do this.
Who else are we missing then?
We are missing Alan Jackson from this list. We're also missing Bryan Adams from this list.
I want to emphasize the B in his name. Bryan Adams.
Yes. Not Ryan Adams.
No, God, no.
Bryan Adams. And also missing from this list, ZZ Top.
Yep.
Both of them.
Yes. And their beards.
And their beards.
So, yeah.
But, yeah.
You excited?
I am very excited for this list.
Guy Fieri?
I will beat Guy Fieri again. I will dance intricately to Carrie Underwood.
All right.
But yeah, do note, Carrie Underwood album last year. Eric Church album last year. Thomas Rhett album this year. Turns out that's how that works. But yeah, also on this list, Brett Young, California native Brett Young, going to Stagecoach this year as well. And I did mention it before, but Diplo will be back to do a after concerts DJ sesh.
Yeah.
I guess.
So if last year Lil Nas X was his big surprise guest, who do you think his big surprise guest is this year?
Probably Lil Nas X.
Again.
Well, he's on the same night. Yeah. Oh, that's also a name that's on the list, but not on this list.
What?
Billy Ray Cyrus will be there as well.
Okay. Well, I guess if you got Lil Nas X, you might as well.
I mean, he's got to stay with Billy Ray Cyrus, right?
Yeah. That's the hit.
That's how they roll now.
It's got the hit. All right. Well, anything else about Stagecoach before we move on?
Well, yes.
Because we've talked a long time about Stagecoach.
Yeah, Stagecoach will take place on April 24th through the 26th. Set your weekends accordingly. Get your tickets now if you didn't buy them already.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this list. Haven't been this excited for a Stagecoach list in like 3 years.
Oh, okay, cool. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to see Eric Church.
I have seen Eric Church.
Like, I mean, again.
His
new material.
Oh, yes.
Like that'll be fun.
Oh, it will be fun. As I noted last year, his album was one of my top 5 albums last year.
And I'm excited for you to see Carrie Underwood's legs.
I saw.
All right, let's move on before I get you in trouble. Next up,
we have more artists doing a festival, but rather
different kind
of festival, as this is an eternal festival.
And this is also a Media Boat podcast tradition, because we always report these when they come out.
Yeah, they do.
They being us.
They being us. We always talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, because it's fascinating.
It is. Well, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced their nominees for the 2020 class.
Yes.
As usual, the group is a mix of various genres, which is sure to stir debate among who should be nominated.
All right.
Or who should win.
Yeah, who should get in. So who are our nominees?
Nominees include Pat Benatar.
Okay. Yeah.
Not in? What?
I mean, yeah, it seems like she should already be, but sure, yes.
Dave Matthews Band.
Well.
Depeche Mode.
Okay.
I think they were nominated.
There.
They were nominated last year as their first time, I believe.
Right. So.
The Doobie Brothers.
Okay.
That's a pretty good band. Whitney Houston.
That's crazy that Whitney Houston's not there, but sure.
Does she define rock and roll, though?
Yeah.
That is the question.
That's a good question that doesn't mean anything, because...
I know, Ice Cube is in there.
Right. It's like,
so.
Anybody, like, that's, like, it's not a genre thing, it's literally just, like, who's important in music at this point.
Right. It's kind of, like, more from just doing straight rock and roll to just music.
Just music.
Yeah.
Just popular music.
Speaking of popular music, for some, Judas Priest is also nominated.
All right.
Kraftwerk.
Yeah, okay.
MC5.
Okay.
Not to be confused with MC Hammer.
Right, very different.
Very different people. Motorhead.
Okay.
I believe they were nominated last year.
I think so.
9 Inch Nails.
Okay.
Which I think should get in, just on the basis of Trent Reznor himself. But, you know. This is a band. We also have notorious B.I.G.
Oh, Biggie.
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls.
Well, I think it's just Biggie.
Moving on.
Moving on. We also have Rufus featuring Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan?
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan?
Shaka Khan.
Okay.
We also have Todd Rundgren.
Uh-huh.
Or Rundgren.
Yeah.
And Soundgarden, which I thought would be in.
Yeah, okay.
We also have T-Rex and Thin Lizzy to round out the nominations.
Okay. Yeah. Those are pretty solid.
Yeah, those are good nominations.
Those are all pretty solid.
Normally they pick about 6 to win or to be entered.
Yeah, just about.
I think we could easily pick 6 here with Pat Benatar, Whitney Houston. I'd go Judas Priest, Nine Inch Nails, and Soundgarden.
Interesting. Okay.
Anyone you want to replace on that?
I would probably say Pat Benatar, Depeche Mode, Kraftwerk, Biggie, and Soundgarden.
Okay.
No, replace Soundgarden with T-Rex.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the 5 that I think.
All right.
It depends on how much. It depends on how much they weigh, like age, because then the newer acts on this list, like Nine Inch Nails and Dave Matthews Band, might have a harder road.
Yeah, but they'll also be like nominated eventually, just not right now. But you're right. No, some of this is they're not in. Well, clearly they should be in. But to be eligible to be nominated, an individual artist or band must have released its first commercial recording at least 25 years prior to the year of nomination.
So yeah, every year they do it. A whole slew of new bands is eligible, so it's only a matter of time.
Yep, it's only a matter of time till the music we listen to.
It's already happening.
No, when it came out.
I mean, yeah, but that's already happening.
Well, yeah, I mean 5 years, but do you have that album from when you were 5? Or 4 or whatever?
When I was like 4, I wasn't listening to a whole lot of music, so I can't tell you.
Right.
But yeah, we'll get there.
Well, we'll get there. Speaking of music you weren't listening to when you were young, what about music you're listening to right now?
Right now, well...
Do you have some albums to talk about?
I do have an album to talk about real briefly here.
Okay.
Speaking of people that have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Sonic Youth is a band that has been in the Hall of Fame. Okay. They were eligible a long time ago. Their first record was back in '81. So yeah, needless to say, one of my favorite bands. But of course, they broke up in 2011, and the people in that were in Sonic Youth have all released solo albums, except for Kim Gordon.
Why?
Well, I mean, she kind of had other stuff going on. She's done cameo stuff in television shows. She's done fashion work. She's also raised a daughter. Like, she's had a lot of stuff to do. She's been in a couple of side projects, not solo projects, but like side projects with other musicians, but never a solo record until now. So she released her first ever solo record after a 37-year career, called No Home Record. And yeah, it is a pun, in case you're trying to figure that out. Get it? Home record, home wrecker.
Yes. But no home record.
Exactly. Yes.
Anyway,
it's interesting. This thing is very much her style. It's very avant-garde. It uses a lot of sound, kind of like in interesting ways, like kind of some kind of abrasive noise every once in a while, some repetition, some kind of some effects. Some synthy stuff every once in a while, but also it incorporates a lot of like combinations of different genres. It kind of bounces between genres really effortlessly. There's some hip-hop sounding stuff on here, some stuff that you would never imagined Sonic Youth doing back when they were a band. And so it's really interesting to basically to have her completely unleashed and able to do whatever kind of music she wants to do on her own whim. But yeah, it's a real strong collection of music. It's a little out there, so I don't recommend it to like anybody. If you do have a history of knowing Kim's work, and especially if you liked Sonic Youth or her side projects like the band Body Head, like, if you're ready for kind of a more artistic kind of music and aren't afraid of some noise and abrasiveness, then absolutely check this out, because it's her like a really good document of what she is as a musician in 2019. And cool. I mean, this following the Slater Kenny release this year is just a reminder that older women can still kick some ass when it comes to making music, and you shouldn't forget that.
There is no age limit on music.
No age limit. Keep going. So I recommend it to those who are fans of Kim's work.
Okay. I too listened to an album.
Okay.
I didn't know I was going to listen to this album. I probably shouldn't.
Upon you.
I probably shouldn't have listened to this album.
Oh.
But I listened to it.
Okay.
Mike Posner.
Oh yeah, that guy. He took a pill in Ibiza once.
Yes, and he actually references that.
Okay.
In his not album. He calls it a mixtape.
Okay, what's that going on with his mixtape?
His mixtape is called Keep Going.
Yeah.
And the first track on this thing is not a song, but an introduction.
Okay.
He introduces you to this mixtape of his. I'm going to refer to it as a mixtape because that's what he calls it.
Yeah.
He introduces you to this mixtape, and the first thing he says in it is that as you're listening to this, I am not in any recording studio. I am not even at home. I am currently on a cross-country journey, walking from the East Coast to the West Coast.
I knew that this was something he was doing. I had seen the occasional story about this trek that he was going on.
He is currently in California. He started this trek in April, I believe was his first post. And he's currently made his way into California. Actually, should be making his way to Venice Beach any week now. But, yeah, so Mike Posner is currently on this journey across America and decides, I don't know if he decided or who decided, but to release a mixtape. I guess he did because he introduced the introduction for it.
Yes.
To decide to release a mixtape. Not necessarily about his journey, because he's still on it, but rather about him trying to find himself. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He clearly has enough money to where he can retire, but he also, recently went through a breakup and felt lost in the world and decided the best thing he could do right now is to literally walk across America.
Yeah.
To see the USA. To experience all that this great land has to offer. And in doing so, puts out an album to tell us, who may be also stuck in our humdrum lives, who may also need that...
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Yes, but I'm not speaking for myself because I have a lot going on in my life. so that I cannot take time off to walk across America.
Right.
But if you need that boost in your life to, as the album title says, keep going, then this album is what he is striving for.
Right.
Question is if he hits that mark or not.
So is it interesting at all?
It definitely feels like a mixtape.
Uh-huh.
Some of it feels completed, some of it doesn't, but overall, it's a lot of inspirational quotes, bit pieces. I'm going to take this inspirational quote here and kind of twist my way around getting it into my album, into this song. I'm going to try and tell you to keep going, tell you how to love life, how to do what you want, how I had it all. I was a graduate of Duke, how I had a big baller, I had 2 hit records, and then I lost it all, or then I don't know what to do now. I'm kind of feeling lost. But if you're feeling lost too, just keep going. Kind of anti-suicidal.
Yeah. But
at the same time, it's kind of motivational.
Okay.
I can see it going both ways, but I'm this album's not for me. I say that a lot.
Yeah.
I say that a lot.
That's
and
fair.
Clearly this is for an album of people going through stuff.
Yeah.
But who need that pick-me-up.
He very clearly made this for people so that... Basically, he made the music that he would have wanted to hear when he was at his lowest.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like.
It is.
Okay.
And that's not where I'm at. That's not what I want to listen to.
Yeah.
I am clearly nowhere near my lowest. I'm kind of at an all-time high. Maybe even higher. But, yeah, this album is definitely for certain people. I feel like I said this before about something.
Yeah.
About John Party's album.
Yeah, I think you did.
Heartbreak Medication.
Right.
Or Heartache Medication.
And to a certain extent, the Lumineers record, too.
Yes.
We've had a string of these now, where it's just like, you're listening to these really depressing 2019 records, and you are not having a depressing 2019.
No.
Yeah.
Also the Lana Del Rey album.
Right, yeah.
Also the Billie Eilish album.
Well,
thank God for the Taylor Swift album.
2019, people are having it rough. Not everybody is in love like you and Taylor. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Not that I'm in love with Taylor.
No. I didn't say you and Taylor were in love. I'm just saying you are both individually in love with different people. To make that clear.
To make that...
I don't want to get you in trouble again.
Anyways, yeah. Mike Posner put out an album.
Yeah.
Check it out if you want to check it out. He does note in that introduction that if you are going to listen to this album, the best way to experience it is to sit in your room or sit in your living room with nothing on, disconnected from the world, and just listen to it straight through.
I hate when people tell me how to listen to their records.
I do too.
It's such a stupid thing.
Sounded a bit pretentious when he said that.
No.
Especially since he said that right after he was on a journey across America. I was like, oh. Okay.
Thanks,
right.
dude.
Anyways, that's Keep Going.
Yeah.
And we should keep going.
We should keep going.
As we make our way into video games.
So what do we got in video games this week? Are there new releases?
There are new releases.
What is out there in the world of video games this week?
We have Ring Fit Adventure for the Switch.
You get to wobble that weird big rubber band thingy and work out and beat a swole dragon.
Beat the swole dragon?
Beat the swole dragon.
Beat the swole dragon.
Yeah.
It sounds like a sex thing.
It is if you want it to be.
We also have Return of the Obra Dinn.
So,
for the PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Yes, this was a PC game that was a big indie hit last year. Now coming to consoles.
Speaking of PC games,
yes.
Plants vs. Zombies: Battle for Neighborville for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Yes. This is a follow-up to the Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare game. So it does not have that subtitle, but I want to make that clear before people think this is the mobile game. It is not. It is a shooter.
Right. We also have Digimon Stories: Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition for the Switch and PC.
Yep.
This was originally on PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah, it's a collection of those games.
Yep. We also have Travis Strikes Again: No More Heroes - Complete Edition for the PlayStation and PC.
This was a Wii U game, I want to say?
It was a Wii game.
Well, the original Heroes. I'm saying Travis Strikes Again.
I think it was a Wii U.
I think it was a Wii U game. Maybe it was a Switch game. Maybe a Switch. But either way, it's coming to other consoles for the first time.
Right. We also have Little Town Hero for the Switch.
Don't know what that is.
The Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel.
Okay.
3.
So, I have a note about this game. So, we've been recording about a lot of Legend of Cold Steel 3 or Cold Steel. These games come up a lot.
Okay.
So, I'm going to tell you a weird little mini story about something where I saw this in a place I did not expect.
Where did you see this?
I was walking through the Irvine Spectrum, our local outdoor shopping center.
As you do.
I walked by the Honey Butter, which is like a snack, like a dessert place.
As you do.
They had a sign out that was a promotion for this franchise, and had all its characters on their window. And I think to myself, is there an audience for this? is this actually secretly a big deal, and I just don't know what it is?
I don't know, but there ain't 3 of them.
Yeah.
So, yes?
I was so confused. I was like, I had never heard of these, and we talked about them on the show, and all of a sudden I'm seeing a tie-in product placement thing at a local shop. I was like, is it that big of a deal? Like, I had to look twice because I thought for a second, it's like, that's the game store, right? No, it's not the game store. It's the freaking Honey Bun. I was like, that's so weird. So
it is weird.
Somebody needs to explain to me what the crossover there is. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's a regional thing.
Maybe. I have no idea. Who knew?
Lastly, in new releases, 2K decides to keep its streak going of putting games out each week for another one. This one is WWE 2K20 for the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Have you seen the pictures of the character designs?
No.
I recommend you do a quick Google after the show is over. WWE 2K20 faces.
Okay.
And report back.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of report back, did you do your homework?
And do what?
You had a homework assignment. I don't remember if this was last week or 2 weeks ago. To listen to an early REM record.
Oh, yeah. I listened to the Spotify's earliest REM album that was on there.
Okay. What's your report? Was it what you thought it was going to?
Clearly there was nothing to report since I didn't report on it.
Yeah, but was it what you thought it was going to be?
I mean, it sounded like REM.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't click with any of it.
Okay. Alright. Well, fine. You're a lost case then.
Probably.
I tried.
Hey, at least you tried.
You.
At least you tried.
Alright, fair enough.
But, speaking of trying stuff...
Uh-huh.
Have you tried this little indie game called 2 Weeks?
2 weeks?
Yeah, you know. A fortnight?
Okay, so Fortnite's in the world, and if you're like Lady Gaga and don't know what Fortnite is, it's a battle royale game that is very popular with kids, and it had quite a week.
Well, as promised, something big went down in Fortnite, Battle Royale this weekend, ahead of Season 11, or, you know, their Season 11, because God knows whatever season they want to do. Epic has been ominously teasing that the end was near for the game, and that seemingly proved to be true, as an in-game event led to a nearly 24-hour-long blackout. Once the in-game countdown timer struck 0, the new rocket the Visitor had built at Dusty Depot launched into the sky, setting off a chain reaction that ultimately created a vortex that sucked.
It definitely sucked.
Everything. Players, the battle bus, and the entire island.
Yeah.
In leaving nothing.
Yeah.
But a black hole.
Yeah. Thank you for
and no one knows what
dramatic
it is.
reenactment. So actually people do know now, because as of Tuesday morning...
Oh, yes. After everyone decided to go frame by frame and dissect everything as the internet loves to do.
Oh, as they do.
Yeah. They came across some conclusions.
So yeah, as of Tuesday morning, the game is back, and basically this was a big fancy way to say, hey, we're giving you something called Fortnite Chapter 2. It's basically a complete relaunch of the game with a bunch of new features. Mm-hmm. That's literally all this was. This is news, though, and the reason why we're reporting it, because, let's put it this way, the biggest game in the world was gone for 2 days. Like, nobody could play it.
24 hours.
Well, for a day.
A day.
What felt like probably a long time.
For some people, it was 2 days.
Yeah. But yeah, like, needless to say, this was a big deal because you have so many people that are probably, like, were expecting to just do their usual routine and play some Fortnite, and they were just staring at this black hole. Everybody was staring at their black hole. Apparently, this also had... Yes, ha ha ha. This apparently also had unexpected effect on the Epic launcher as well. Apparently, the Epic Game Store, people who tried to sign in during this event were unable to sign in because of how much the server was getting hit by people thinking the game was broken and trying to sign into Fortnite over and over again. So yeah, it was purposefully secretive. Like, they didn't want to tell everybody while it was happening that it was on purpose. So a lot of people assumed that the game was just broken.
Yeah, a lot of people went to voice their complaints that they sucked all this money into this game and it was gone. They couldn't play it anymore.
Yeah.
Considering that Riot didn't tell anyone when or if it was coming back.
Epic, not Riot.
Yes. Though, let's say people would have rioted if Epic did bring this back.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought this is, in the end though, I think this is a neat kind of way to introduce new content. Also a neat kind of way of covering up server downtime.
Yeah, it's
Instead
also
of just having like a window there basically saying Fortnite will return.
It's also a fun way to get over the, well, we're going to do a sequel to this thing.
Right. This is not Fortnite 2.
Right.
But it is a way to do some sequel-like things without having to iterate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, it's neat, but overall, like...
super gimmicky.
There'll be more Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you need to know.
The fact that Fortnite literally makes $1 billion a month.
Oh, yeah.
Probably more.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
It's not going away.
Anyways,
that brings us to our final story of the day.
Something else that's not going away.
Something else that's not going away. Analog Pocket. Well analog.
Handheld gaming.
Handheld gaming.
Is not going away.
Well,
because, what is this?
Analog's track record of releasing high-end old-school consoles is second to none.
Yeah, if you don't know who they are, they're a company that makes high-end consoles that are basically designed to play old games. They have one for the Super NES, for example. They have one for the Genesis. And basically, you buy this fancy thing, can hook up to HDMI, all the modern accoutrement, but it can play your old cartridges. Just place them in, boom. It plays an old game for you in, like, the most modern resolutions.
Yeah, well, coming in 2020, the company will expand its business into the portable space.
Yeah.
The Analog Pocket is a handheld system that is designed for playing original Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games out of the box, as well as Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket Color, Atari Lynx, and more Linux.
Not Linux.
Lynx. And more unannounced game libraries with the use of cartridge adapters in the future. Now, it will run you about $200 before tax and shipping and handling. But as far as Analog is concerned, the Pocket packs one of the best looking screens around.
This is neat.
Yes, the fact that it will literally run your old cartridges that just straight up punch it in and play is fantastic.
Yeah, the stuff that they put out in the past has been really cool, but I think this is even cooler because not only is $200 like, yeah, it's a little pricey for like a handheld system, but if you're a collector of Game Boy games and you love classic Game Boy games, $200 is not a bad price point for this thing, and if you want to like upgrade your handheld experience.
Well, plus it's $200 for a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advance all in one.
Yeah, this would be like amazing on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just imagine? I mean, you have to bring a huge thing full of cartridges, but yeah, just imagine being able to play any of your Game Boy. Just take them out of the grab bag and put it in your analog, and you just play it on a super bright, nice, high resolution screen. Yeah. So yeah, this thing's cool as hell. So
yeah, there's definitely a market for this, and plus, if you get it, you can literally go on eBay and find a bunch of older games on the cheap that people like. Oh, I don't have a system for this anymore, so I need to sell it, or I need to sell it to make money or something. But yeah, you can get some really good games that if you're not a collector per se and just looking for, like, don't care if the cover or cartridge is scratched, as long as it is functional and working, you get some good games for the cheap.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right.
Speaking of good games on the cheap,
Yeah.
I played a game.
Okay, before you do that, I just want to do a couple of real quick news blips that didn't make it into the news this week.
All right.
Real quick, League of Legends, the PC game, 1 is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year, and 2 is celebrating that by a bunch of spin-offs, including a console version of League of Legends, a fighting game, a shooting game, and a card game.
Woo!
Yeah, it's all coming. So if you are
That's a lot of Leagues of Legends.
So yeah, if you're a fan, get ready for that. And then also follow up to the our last week's story about Blizzard and the player who supported Hong Kong.
Yes.
Just real quick, Blizzard did issue a statement finally on Friday night, buried when nobody would see it, basically saying that they that basically doubling down and saying that they think that they did the right thing and that it had nothing to do with their ties to China, and that if they had supported any other political movement in a statement, they would have done the same thing. However, they did return the prize money to the person for his win.
Yes. However, this story, like you said, this story was buried Friday night.
Yeah, that's when you release news that you don't want people to see.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I just wanted to tie up the loose ends to that story real quick.
Blizzard, speaking of real quick, Blizzard was supposed to have a Switch launch event in New York.
For Overwatch.
Overwatch, which they canceled 2 days before it was set to launch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting going into the next, in a couple weeks, because BlizzCon coming up.
Yes.
And it's going to be a weird one.
Yes, expect a lot of protesters here in Anaheim, California, where the convention center is being hosted.
It's going to be a trip, so good luck to anybody who's going to attend. I know one person personally who will be attending.
I also know that same person
so
going.
We'll see how that goes for them. All right. Anyways, I'm done with that wrap up. So, do you have thoughts about video games?
Yes. Real quickly, my first thought is tangentially video game related.
Okay.
So, last week, you talked about your favorite game, Sayonara Lonely Hearts.
Hell yeah.
Well, because you got that through Apple Arcade,
correct,
I decided to look up Google's, because as we noted, the Google Play Store was going to do its own thing.
2 emails about this thing. I still haven't actually signed up.
One of them is from me.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
Probably should do that.
Okay.
But yes, I signed up for it for the $2 for the whole year, $48 for the year, or whatever sign up thing. I'm having trouble playing the games.
Okay. That doesn't bode well.
No. In a good way.
Okay.
So normally, like, I want to play some quick games. Sometimes they're cash, like they're pay to win stuff.
Yeah.
But because it's free through the Google I don't know what do you call this thing?
Google Family. What the hell was it called? It's like collection or something.
Yeah.
It's a stupid ass name.
Google's Play Pass, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because it's free through the Google Play Pass, I do not pay for anything on it.
Yeah.
Including the microtransactions.
Right.
So when I was playing some of the games, and it got to here's some microtransactions. Literally every tier was listed as $0. And it stumped me. Like, well...
So wait, I can just win this?
I can just, literally continuously clicking the $0 fee thing.
And you just get more and more
stuff? And just get more and more coins to just instantly upgrade all my stuff?
Yes.
Well, that feels super wrong.
Why would you play the game at that point?
And I did it.
Yeah.
I went through 3 games like that, and I stopped playing them because of it.
It's almost like... the games on here should not be games that were designed for microtransactions.
Yeah.
They should do it like Apple Arcade does and make those games specifically for Apple Arcade.
Which, I did eventually find a game like that.
Okay.
Called, which is why I'm bringing this up, called Lumo City. Not Lumosity.
Okay.
Which is a different app.
That's a different game, yeah.
That's an app. That's a learning app. No, this is Lumo City.
Okay.
This is a puzzle-based game, point-clicker, that is interesting. It's got some fun puzzles to it. It has a mixture of matching puzzles and music puzzles and rhythm puzzles and noise, strumming guitar puzzles, like follow the chords, memorization puzzles. And each different stage is its own different type of puzzles. But what I really like about this game is the aesthetic. It looks like it's shot all like live shot on a like backlit, back focus type of design.
Yeah.
It's really cool looking.
Cool.
And I haven't beaten it yet, but I'm like 3 levels away. I've just gone back to it, but
yeah,
I like the puzzles. A lot of them are like you have to ping back and forth, but it's like you have to complete one puzzle to do the next, to do the next, to do the next. And I haven't, like, what I normally do is get stuck, then go and look up on the internet how to complete it.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet, which I really like. So it's good puzzle working, it's good puzzle building, and it's definitely fun to check out. Something that is normally like $10 that I wouldn't pay for, but because it was free,
yeah,
I decided to check it out and really enjoy it.
Cool. No, that's good to hear. I will probably try that out. I just keep forgetting, but I will definitely get that.
Right. Well, because you have an Android phone,
yeah,
you can do that.
I guess that's a good segue. I want to briefly talk about it. I tried to play more stuff on Apple Arcade.
Okay.
Emphasis on the word tried.
Right.
So the new hotness this week that I've heard a lot of talk about in my circles was Neo Cab, which is a game that's basically kind of a visual novel-y kind of game where you're a cab driver in like a cyberpunk world, and you're having conversations with your clientele. Think like Taxi Cab Confessions, but cyberpunk world. But I tried playing this. I don't think my Mac can handle it, because when it started up, even navigating my cursor through the menu was like in stutters. So I didn't even try.
Are you sure you weren't playing Borderlands 3?
Ha 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 ha. I'll get to that in a second.
I'll get to that too.
Oh boy. But yeah, so that was disappointing to me because I really wanted to try it, but I can't imagine if it was struggling on the menu. I can imagine how much it would have struggled through the actual game. Right. So I just quit, and I might try it again, maybe with plugged in or something. I don't know. It just sucks that my MacBook, even though it is from 2015, it was able to play Sayonara Wild Hearts with no issue. So I'm just it's frustrating to me that not all the games are going to be able to be played. And I checked the settings before you asked, and there were no resolution settings.
Okay.
So I couldn't crank it down because they have to make it for all the devices. It's tuned for phones, so they wouldn't need a resolution option.
That's my question is: is it tuned for phones, or because you said it's like a confessional thing? Is it more tuned for like an Apple TV play where you play on your screen?
I mean, you're right. It is tuned. The simple answer is it's tuned for newer devices than my Mac.
Right.
My Mac is from 2015, and I keep hoping that that's still strong. Even though it's a MacBook Pro, but it's still old. I'm still hoping that Pro makes it have a little bit more longevity.
Right.
No, it doesn't. It's the phones and the Apple TV are probably outperforming it.
Okay. Which
sucks, but I'm just gonna have to look at it from a game by game perspective at this point because not everything will play.
Well,
but and I played more Borderlands. I got oh my god, so I've passed level 40 now. I'm level 41.
I saw that,
and I thought I was done. Oh, I thought I was done. I played a boss battle that seemed to me it was going to be the last boss battle in the game. It ends, and it didn't end. The game kept going, and it wants me to do a whole nother planet. And I'm just staring at the screen, just bewildered, being like, no, you told me you were done.
Wait, I think I am at that place. I was about to bring up that I think I reached the end because I'm at the mission where it says... Before, talk to everyone before you come talk to me.
It does the frickin' Mass Effect thing where it makes you talk to everybody and ask, are you ready for the last thing?
Yes, that's the part I'm at right now.
It's not the last thing.
God damn it.
I know, I'm so pissed because I'm getting to the point. I am over it. I'm so over Borderlands 3. I have done so much in that game. Here's an example of how over it I am because this game has pushed me over a line. You know that level that level with the big vehicle boss that like goes around.
Yes.
Yeah. So you know how like we have this terrible desire in Borderlands games to want to make sure we get everything in the map, right? Well, I was going in order on Pandora, going through all the things, and I got to that level, and I'm like, well, surely I need to know that I got everything in that map, right?
Right.
But that map is huge.
Well,
I was literally going up and down painting the map for 2 hours. 2 hours.
What vehicle were you using?
I was not in a vehicle.
Why?
Because I wanted to make sure I was doing it on foot. Because I'm crazy.
Yeah, that's clearly crazy.
Insane. And I was doing this.
You're supposed to do it in a vehicle.
And then I did it on the outsides. It looks complete. It still says I'm missing a claptrap.
Oh, I know where that is.
Oh my god, it's so frustrating.
Don't worry. I had the exact same issue, and I found where that claptrap was.
Oh, and by the way, after you do the thing that you're about to do, you'll finally be able to read the language.
Oh,
you'll be able to decode the Iridium language.
So I can go back to each planet and read everything?
Yeah, so here's another thing that pisses me off. Those are not in your the crew challenges list. They're not tracked like that. You just have to know that you did it. And the icon barely changes when you finish it. The only indication that you finished it that's really clear, the icon does change, but it's like super similar. Mm-hmm. The only indication is that the rewards will be gone in like the short description. So you know it says like, oh, you'll get 5 Iridium for this.
Won't it go away from the challenges? Because currently every
that's
challenge...
That's what I'm saying. It's not on the challenge list.
But every challenge says it's like... You're 90%. And I thought, okay, well, it's because I haven't done the Iridium things yet.
They are not included in the crew challenges.
What?
No, the crew challenges are separate.
Oh.
For some reason, they did not think to put the Iridium language in the crew challenges. It is not on there.
Okay.
It pisses me off because it's way less clear, and it makes me have to double check 3 times to make sure I got it. Because there's no easy way to track it. Mm-hmm. I am so over it. Like, I did everything on Pandora except for that stupid claptrap.
That's not Pandora. Oh, I know where that... I'll help you find that claptrap.
And then a couple of other things. So I was just pissed off so much that I left Pandora and I was about to start what I keep wanting to call it Eve 6, but it's not it. Eden 6.
Yes, Eve 6.
I started... unrelated. I started Eden 6 and I just got like a little bit in and I was just like, what the hell am I doing with myself? Because I have this need. I need to finish everything before I do the final thing. Why? Why do I feel that way? I am wasting my time on a game that is not fun anymore.
Did you do the Flint challenges?
So, you mean like the weird like
or the
trial of the blah blah blahs?
Yeah, not that.
No. So that's something separate.
The Torg Arena challenge.
No, I didn't even. No, that was a thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's a thing.
Also, I'm sick of things being broken. I'm sick of missions being broken. I just got one from Sanctuary that says "Kill Rockman."
Oh, yes, I know where that one is too.
And the waypoint doesn't show up.
Those don't show up.
What do you mean they don't show up? Where am I supposed to go?
Those are hidden challenges where they will show up.
Where?
Well, 1, you have to activate the challenge, and 2, they're timed exclusive. So,
what?
Like, there's one for like the T-Rex, Skag or something.
Okay. Are you telling me I might log in and that might be gone?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying that you might log in, go to that area, and he might not show up.
Good lord. So basically, to wrap up, I will finish this game if it kills me. But I don't think this is going to be on my top 5. I am so frustrated with it. There are so many things that are just straight up broken in this game. It is making it very hard for me to love it. I don't know. I love Borderlands 1, but man, Borderlands 3 is trying my patience. We'll see. Come into your list.
I'm really happy you told me that wasn't the last mission
because you would have been the same reaction.
I would have gone home.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, okay, I have this last mission. I'm just gonna do it and be done with it. Give me the next 3 hours to watch all the cutscenes.
Surely this says like, I'm gonna get to the vault. It's all over.
It's literally telling me, hey, make sure everyone's ready for this assault.
Nope.
No. Ugh. Wow.
It's giving me a lot of reasons to hate it. That's all I can say.
All right.
Do you want to talk about anything else you played?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we were talking about some tips earlier before we started the podcast, and it reminded me that I did play a game.
Okay.
Not dealing with tips, but rather tip-offs.
Okay.
I have started a new career mode in NBA 2K20.
Yes, basketball. You have a basketball career.
I have a basketball career mode now.
Are you Basketball Jones?
I'm trying to be a basketball Jones, but because
you have a basketball Jones.
Yes, but only at night.
Okay.
Because I know that I suck at this game.
Fair.
Like, I know going into this, like, I cannot handle moving around, setting picks for anyone, and, like, shooting jump shots and getting that time done, whatever.
Basketball's
I know that is not my forte in this game.
Okay.
What I do know is that I can stand in the middle, do a creative player that's 7 foot, 100-inch wingspan.
Just block everything.
And literally be a freakishly huge center and just, like, be a freak of a beast.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Okay.
I have named my character Tig Bitties.
Okay.
He is number 69 up and down the court.
Nice.
It shows how little I actually care about this game. Also, what shows how little I care about this game? The fact that I didn't watch any of the cutscenes going into it. I just wanted to play the game.
Yep.
And holy hell, even though I know I suck, even though clearly I am doing like the minimal effort in this game, somehow I will still be drafted by the NBA.
Sign of the times.
Just because I am a freakishly huge 7-foot man that someone will draft. Now, I haven't gotten to the draft yet. I am just at the combine, but I've seen my roommate go through it and be drafted, and he got his first choice. I was like, okay, so clearly you're going to get drafted because, hey, unless you literally score 0 points.
Hell, even in the show, if you basically tell the game, I want to go to this team, you're likely to go to that team unless you suck.
Right.
So, yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. And I just see it super hilarious because my highest grade has been a C+. Like, it grades you, like, as your passing ability, finding the open man, taking the shot, blocking the shot, getting rebounds. Doing your job, sticking with your man. If you don't do your job, it will take points away from you. If you do your job, it will give you points. So, but I've been averaging about a C+ because, hey, I kind of suck at the game. But somehow, because, the game forces you.
Yeah.
The motives and the storytelling, it basically forces you to move on. I got selected to not only go to the NBA Combine, but also to the draft.
Nice.
But the acting in this thing is pretty terrible, even if you do have Idris Elba and Thomas Middleditch.
I've seen some clips of the story, and it looks hilarious.
I watched this story on YouTube because I couldn't take it, and oh my god, it was like 2 hours of complete nonsense. My character is an absolute trash idiot without me having any input on it. Okay. It's just himself, like, doing the default stuff. Like, what's being scripted is super terrible.
Yeah.
And it's just...
So I have a question for you.
Answer.
Will you be streaming any of Tig Bitty's career for us?
I will probably be streaming the Combine that I'm going to do. But yes, you will see some Tig Bitties on the screen.
I want to see Tig Bitties.
You'll definitely see Tig Bitties. Also, because it is a creative character, I had lots of fun with the face features. So, my guy has a huge orange afro, a blonde beard, but it's not like a beard, like going out like James Harden style. It is a beard that looks like smeared ice cream all over his face. With freckles and everything like eyes, lips, nose maxed out. So he looks like a Mr. Potato Head character.
Sounds great. Sounds wonderful.
Some Tig Bitties is coming to a screen near you.
Number 69.
Number 69. If you want to see some Tig Bitties play some basketball, getting those tips, offs, and shoots, and ladders, and blocked shots, and possible dunks.
Do I?
Where can I watch all that?
Well, you can watch all that on twitch.tv/MediaBoat.
Alright.
And with that, we can go to our other plugs because the show is over. Thank you. That's it for video games. That's it for the MediaBoat podcast. Thanks for watching this week. If you want to watch us next week live on YouTube, go to youtube.com, search MediaBoat Podcast. Like, subscribe to our channel. Click the bell. You get notifications when we go live if you do that. You can also see us on social media. On Twitter, we're at MediaBoatCast. On Facebook, search MediaBoat Podcast, and you'll find us there. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can also listen to us in audio form. We are on most audio podcast sources. Just search MediaBoat Podcast, and you'll find us. Subscribe, and you'll get a new episode every week. You can also... Oh, yeah, I should mention the YouTube... Well, I'm all sorts of lost here. The YouTube show goes live on Wednesday nights around 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, so tune in there. You can also find us on Patreon, where you can help us out with money. Patreon.com/MediaBoat. Donate to us there. You can help us host this podcast, as it does cost money. As little as $1 a month can help us out. That small amount. It's like 1/5 of a coffee, so consider it. And lastly...
Facebook.
If you want to email us, ask us questions, mediaboatpodcast@gmail.com. Send us an email, ask us questions, give us feedback, anything at all. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week with another episode.
Yep. Real briefly, I forgot about this, but the Angels did hire a new manager,
Oh.
Joe Madden, coming back to manage the Angels.
Oh.
I wish they wouldn't have gotten him, but hey, that happened. And that will do it for the MediaBoat Podcast.
Bye.
Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back
the Fat
next
Pikachu
week.
is back.
What?
Just Google Fat Pikachu.
Oh,
Fat
yes.
Pikachu's back.
Giant Pikachu's back.
Fat Pikachu.
Fat Pikachu's back.
Fat Pikachu.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week.
Bye.
Okay, bye. All right. We're done here. Bye-bye, streamers.
Fat Pikachu.
Like PH fat or classic fat?
Classic fat.
Classic fat Pikachu.
Fat Pikachu.
All right. Bye.